Ghostbusters!
On the Retro Show today, The Shining video game. Scuzzy hard disk.
Excuse me? I loved that game.
That's my helmet.
We'll have to bleep that.
This is
Look, it's a bowling ball.
Ghostbusters!
Hello, Ween, and welcome to the Retro Show. This is, of course, Dog Ross saying hello to you all today. I am, of course, Anakin Couchsitter, Skywalker, sorry.
You don't look anything like him.
No, this is after he got burned.
Hot.
Yeah, well, it was quite hot, actually.
And I'm Velma Dinkley from Scooby-Doo, and this is the Mystery Machine.
Well, like Scooby Don't. Anyway.
Remember that time you dressed up as a Jedi with a bathrobe?
Yeah, Anakin Bathwater.
And now it's time for some old news.
Old news this is. Yes.
I thought you were Anakin.
Hate sand, I do. Yes. Gets everywhere it does. Yes. Alright, it was hot under there.
You had your glasses on under there?
Yeah, of course. Put this here, I think. Omnibot's going to be SpookyBot.
Isn't that a baby?
Actually, we've decided I'm more like Obi-Wan for this episode.
You do, yeah.
In his famous blue light reducing yellow gaming glasses.
Of course.
Why are you staring at me?
She didn't recognize you this whole time. She didn't realize it was you.
It was me under there. Anyway, it is time for some old news. And because we don't just throw this show together, speaking of Anakin Skywalker, spoilers, it's Darth Vader, we heard James Earl Jones has retired formally, officially, as the voice of Darth Vader.
I have heard just now. No, I'm just kidding. I did hear it, yes.
After some 40, nearly 50 years. So he's given his blessing to the AI recreation.
Aye.
AI. Thank you. That they used in Obi-Wan. Did you know that was AI and wasn't actually James Earl Jones?
Well, I knew it definitely wasn't Hayden Christensen.
It was actually. So a bit of him was in the mix as well. When he says, Anakin's not here anymore. Or what did he say? Anakin's gone home. Something like that. Anyway.
He's not home right now.
Yeah, in his famous Cockney accent.
Yeah.
But anyway, Mr. Earl Jones. Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones.
We wish you a very long and happy retirement. Hopefully not full of sand. He hates
sand.
He hates it.
I do.
Anyway, we won't play the full thing, but thank you to Royish Goodlucks there for that little snippet. Back to the full-on retro goodness.
Mm-hmm.
This is the X68000Z limited edition gold special edition. So first released in 1987, this was Sharp's very popular home computer that I never heard of. It boasted 12 megabytes of RAM.
Wow.
It's big. I mean, it's a Halloween episode. That's terrifyingly huge. And an optional 80 megabyte SCSI hard disk.
Excuse me?
Excuse me. It also had this, which was known as the SX Windows operating system. And also,
sexy window.
So SX. And under that was Human 68, the DOS-like environment. Yeah, now you can see how big it actually is.
Oh, it's a baby.
It's an X68000Z limited edition mini. And speaking of worms, well, you might remember the Amiga 4000 that Team 17 artist Chris Blythe donated to us, and which we found all the original Worms animation files on that he'd used when helping create the games all those years ago. Well, I donated the machine to the NVM, the National Video Game Museum, in Sheffield because it's near Team 17's original headquarters, and it's just gone on display finally as the centerpiece of their new Art of Play exhibit, along with other items Chris used during development, like his diary. Very private. Thanks for sharing your worms with us, Chris, and thanks to the NVM for displaying his worms so prominently. If you've received an RR badge for donating an item to the channel, that'll also get you free entry to that very same museum, where you can see his work. That's enough Worms jokes now, I think. And speaking of donations, if you're super quick, there's still a few hours left to bid on the A500 Mini prototype serial number 1 that we announced we'd put up for charity auction a week ago. I had wanted to do a raffle to give everybody an equal chance, but unfortunately they are illegal here due to gambling laws in California. Sorry, but the auction benefits St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. It's a cause very close to our hearts and where parents never receive a medical bill. Thanks and good luck. In other spooky news, of course, my favourite game from the Commodore 64, my best memories of being 11 years old. We've got it running for realsies over here on the Commodore 64. But what you may not know is that Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed has just been announced. Actually, it's just launched. Here's a little snippet of it.
Yeah, we saved the world a few times. But between that, we provided a needed service to the masses. That's where you come in. We're passing the torch, or better yet, passing the particle thrower, giving you the tools. Now let's see if you have the talent.
Catching ghosts is only the half of it.
Yep, so the first time you can play as Slimer and other ghosts.
So you want to play as a ghost?
That's what I just said. He's not listening to me.
No, he's not.
I'd like to see you try to take on my team.
How far we've come from blocky graphics of the Commodore 64 to that.
What can we play that on?
It's available on these platforms.
I'd love to get a PS5, but I heard they're still difficult to get.
You don't need that when you've got a Commodore 64. Anyway, that looks very cool. Speaking of games, and speaking of Halloween, do you recognise what this is a still from?
That's GoldenEye.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with Halloween.
Yeah.
But it is very cool news. So, as you rightly said, GoldenEye 007.
I loved that game, and I played it religiously.
Yeah,
it was very good.
On the N64?
Absolutely.
Wait a minute.
Sir?
Just realised. Just checking. Yes, well, it is coming now to Nintendo Switch with the expansion pack. And at the same time, Rare, or other developers, are releasing an apparently even better version for the Xbox.
We don't have one of those anymore.
We do.
We have one of those.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
No, we don't. Yeah, right.
I will tell you that part of my morning checklist that I have with my iPhone is to check the Nintendo website every single day to see if I can get the N64 Nintendo Switch controller.
You've been trying to get that for about 6 months now.
At least. They've never restocked it, and if they have, then I've missed it. I've tried playing the games with the normal controller and even the... Thank you. But it's just not the same, so I've just been very frustrated.
Understood. Well, Rare say that the Xbox version will be notably better than the Nintendo version, and website Kotaku.com made this comparison. So this will apparently be the Xbox port,
Okay.
and this will be the Nintendo Switch port. I don't know how accurate that is.
Either way, we don't have an Xbox, and I don't have a controller.
But other than that, we're in perfect shape. Can we do a little impersonation? The name's Bond. James Bond. And now you do the blocky version.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
Well, thank you for Kotaku for explaining how the different versions might look. And from that image that they made up, let's see what other images people have made up this week, this month, in Let's See What You Meme.
I'm gonna see what he means.
Possibly. And here for our first meme, we are going back to the Halloween theme meme now.
Remembering Anakin's first taste for mass murder began at a young age.
Woohoo! Now, fun facts for those of you who don't know. That's my helmet. Why does the Office clips keep popping up? It's really weird. But this is my pilot's helmet from Revenge of the Menace, Phantom Menace. I got back to my cubby hole where all my costume pieces were, and there was just a post-it note, which I still have, which said, yes, that's a box, which said Christian Simpson's pilot helmet for Anakin, and they took it and used it in this scene. So on that note,
Yes.
Revenge of the Menace.
Question for the class. Revenge of the Sith is rated PG-13, and as such is allowed one F-bomb. Where would you put it?
Probably just here. Fudge. So I do have a funny quick story. I'll keep it quick because we've got to keep this show moving.
Mm-hmm.
But on set, these kids came onto set, and firstly one of them said, which one do we look at? Because I was dressed as Anakin, not Obi-Wan as I am now. And Hayden was obviously dressed the same. So it was explained to them. And the idea was, as Hayden moves his thumb on the lightsaber, because obviously it doesn't ignite in real life, we needed the kid to look terrified. And we did about 7 or 8 takes, and the kid just wasn't reacting.
He's good at lines, but not expressions.
Well, it was more that nothing scary was happening. Mm-hmm. Hayden's just moving.
Mm-hmm.
Hayden's just moving his thumb slightly to the left.
Terrifying.
So on like the 8th take, instead of just moving his thumb slightly as Leofractic's demonstrating, Hayden just went, "Grah!" And that's the take that you see of the kid kind of stumbling back onto his back foot.
And she's stumbling onto your front foot.
Everything's fine. But from that to this.
If Stranger Things was British.
Bit odd, isn't it?
Bit odd, isn't it?
Love it. Now, as we don't just throw the show together. I think that's probably how I was when I was 11.
Taking naps in between. The laugh is very jarring because you think it's going to be fun because you know the theme song, and then it's not.
As a kid. Now, this isn't retro, but it's my favorite scary clip.
I do.
So
love
here they are
this.
in the haunted house. Here comes the scare actor.
Just trying to do his job.
Then he grabs the scare actor instead of his girlfriend. Through room after room. I absolutely love that.
So when I die, will I be set on fire like Master Qui-Gon?
No, you'll be alive when it happens. Spoilers, and I'm sorry, that's probably a bit R-rated for our show.
It'll be fine.
Okay, so we'll move on to...
When you're dead, but you remember you forgot to delete your hieroglyph history.
Is that the face?
No, it's a panic. It's a...
And a new game's been announced from Atari XP, The Shining video game cartridge. Not really, but very well mocked up there.
It is, yeah.
Thank you, Frank's Kid.
Ooh, another one.
Yeah, so Lonely Bunker got requested this.
Ghostbusters!
And from Ghostbusters 2,
Oh, it's gonna be. Who do we call? Ghostbusters!
We'll have to bleep that, yeah.
that was bleeped.
Yeah.
And that is it for
I saw what he meant.
I Jumped When I Meant. Next up, how about some fUnboxing? Terrifying.
Practicing my Tai Bo.
Good moves. Let's see what's happening.
Oh no.
Oh.
I hate this already.
Oh. Oh. Hello?
You have 7 days.
7 days for what?
Go to PCB Play to get PCB starting at just $5.
Isn't it bedtime?
Oh,
Give me the phone and let's read some books.
Okay, Daddy.
Come on, let's go.
I forgot Bunny.
Oh no!
Bunny.
7 days.
In case you didn't know,
PCB play.
I hated The Ring. That was a horrifying movie. And this, I was not ready for that.
Can we just talk about how good she was there?
She was incredible.
That was her first take as well, I'm told.
She's a one-take wonder.
I liked how she put 17 syllables into days.
Okay.
Classic stuff. Because, as we all know, PCB stands for...
Printed Circuit.
No. Prank calling bunny. Doesn't it?
Ooh.
Mm. So let's go to the TV. Ready?
That's a good idea.
Perfect. Where'd he go? He's gone away.
Oh.
Yeah. And let's get our first box. I think we should do this first.
Okay.
You got a cutty thing?
No.
That's it. Spooky box holding it. Give me. No. Okay. So this is from Mel Geek, who make, among other things, keyboards.
Ooh.
Now we've been getting a little bit into keyboards recently, haven't we? But look at this. Very nice. Here, just put this over here. Gently, gently. Open.
Ooh.
Ooh, sorry. Have fun.
Wow.
So this is the Mel Geek Pixel. Look at this. Shiny. Shiny. By Puppyfractics.
Yes.
Dig in.
Yes.
Yes. This is the Pixel keyboard.
Wow. Is this like Lego?
Yes. So, it's quite thocky.
It is.
I now don't need to explain what thocky is. This is it. It's that sort of deeper, hollower, softer, creamier sound.
As opposed to the high-pitched clicking, like...
Yes. But this is a Lego compatible keyboard. So you can put your own Lego minifigures on here. And I believe the keycaps are also
Oh my gosh.
Lego compatible. Now, you play with this here. I'm going to open this here.
It is quite heavy.
Let's see what we get. Look, even the cables Lego.
That's really cute. I may just keep that for myself.
Very cute. There's your key puller.
Yes.
Pull a key off, like one of the cursor keys. Some free Lego. Oh, wow. It is a cross shape like the Commodore 64 keys. I will go and grab a Commodore 64 key in a second. So I've been shopping.
Oh,
And I've bought a Lego Perry.
okay.
He can watch you type.
Ooh.
It fits. And a Commodore keycap. I don't think it's going to work. Sticks to me better than that. But that's okay.
I just want to show the comparison.
Yeah. This is my fully Lego Commodore 64 with a Lego motherboard inside. Ta-da!
Wow.
I won't take the keyboard out as well. But we did discover in making this that Lego keycaps actually fit onto Commodore 64 keys. Oh, and you made a little heart.
I did.
It's meant to be Halloween though. It should have been a ghost. But I love that. That's very cool.
It is very cool.
Okay, let's get this out of the way.
Okay.
And we'll open something else. And as Junifractic signals our next box, or I should say boxes, would you like to open these simultaneously?
Sure.
If only you had your own cutty thing.
Ugh.
So these are from, as you can see, Fan Home. Wah wah wee wah. Forget Knight Rider, we're going to have a Fight Rider. And here it is for Halloween. Michael Fright himself. So this is Fan Home's build your own 1/8 scale kit replica. Not the real kit, obviously. So you can subscribe to this and it comes month by month. So you get to build a little bit each month.
This is number 1.
Okay.
It's number 2.
Wow.
Spoilers.
Well, we know what Kit looks like. Now, our friends at Knight Rider Historians are doing a series of build videos about this. So, Lego Perry just took a plunge. So check out Knight Rider Historians YouTube if you want to see it actually being built. I don't think we've got time in this episode to build the entire thing, but look at some of the detail here.
That's cool. Whoa, this is heavy.
Great Scott, Marty, that's heavy.
Is yours
it's
heavy?
the other way around.
This is the nose. Feel it.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I believe some of it is metal reinforced.
This is metal.
Yeah.
This is not.
Wow. Oh, that's really heavy.
I know.
Yeah. Come in.
Easy, Perry. I'm gonna make
Are you
it.
going to build it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to love building model cars.
And look, there is the...
The sensor. It's a PCB.
It is.
I actually
But
can't
way does it go? If I can fit. Look at the tire.
Well,
I'm not tired of you, darling.
you better not be. Look, it's a bowling ball.
It's a bowling ball hubcap as well. Yeah.
Very exciting.
Good job, Fan Home. We'll put the link up there, our special link where you can subscribe to join Kit and Michael working for the Foundation for Poor and Government. And if you hadn't noticed, because it is Halloween, we've got some spooky, possibly, computers for you in a Knight Rider theme to celebrate Knight Rider's anniversary. So this Commodore 64 was modded by Andre Van Soest, and it's playing the Knight Rider theme. So if you didn't know, Knight Rider celebrated its 40th anniversary of its first broadcast on US TV about a month ago. Although it hasn't yet been broadcast in the UK for 40 years until February 2023. So we get to celebrate all over again.
And we will.
That's so fun. As people that commented on this and drew my attention to this online said, this is probably the combination of my two favourite things.
Oh, absolutely.
Knight Rider and Commodore 64s, which explains the channel. But here is also a Knight Rider IMSAI 8080, familiar to War Games fans. And this one was modded by channel patron Tom Wilson.
Thank you, Tom Wilson.
Thank you, Tom. I loved your work in Back to the Future, as I think I've said to you before. Next up, have we mentioned it's Knight Rider's anniversary? This beautiful poster was actually created literally last month by Paul Schipper. That is absolutely amazing. I haven't seen any Knight Rider art anywhere near this perfect. Even got Bonnie's sly smirk. Just call that a smirk?
She almost has a Mona Lisa smile where it's so subtle that you're like,
Is she?
is she?
And Devon's constantly pensive, worried face. But that is fantastic work.
David's face is like, you can trust me.
I've got my watch.
I've got a watch.
Well, you can trust him because he's got Kit. And one man can make a difference. I almost would like to commission Mr. Schipper to create a retro recipes one in this style with Kit Tesla down the bottom. And for Halloween, apparently even Marty McFly has joined the dark side
That is so weird.
with Kit to the Future.
That's so weird.
Now, I have analysed this, and I'm pretty sure that's photoshopped on the
Okay.
the Back to the Future stuff. Because if you look at the plants, for example, this little guy here, and then you zoom in, it's exactly the same little guy. But it is definitely a black DeLorean. Good job. I don't know if Christopher made that or just posted it, but whoever made that, well done. And speaking of making things, David Miniatures has sent
Oh
us
my
this
gosh.
video of a model he created using OLED screens, like the Lego OLED
I'm Dr.
screen.
Emmett Brown. I'm standing on the parking lot at Twin Pines Mall. It's Saturday morning, October 26, 1985, 1:18 a.m.
Yeah.
And this is temporal experiment number 1. Put your seatbelt on. That's it.
Einstein.
You putting your seatbelt on?
Please note that Einstein's clock is in precise synchronization with my control watch. Got it?
Right, check them.
Good.
I love that. I've got to get around to doing my Back to the Future filming locations video.
Yeah.
It's on the admittedly long list. But David also made one for us.
Oh.
Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
Welcome.
Love it. Thank you so much, David. Short and sweet. You may have noticed that superimposed over the opening titles to this episode and wondered what the heck it was. Now you know. It's making me feel all nostalgic.
Oh, yeah?
And a bit hungry.
Oh.
Would you like a nice, delicious, tasty bowl of nostalgia flakes? Now, if you can't stop your baby crying after watching Friday the 13th with them this Halloween, apparently this will help.
For anyone who's ever said they've tried everything to get their baby to stop crying, I bet you haven't. Turns out watching Dad run ScanDisk on his DOS boot drive works a treat.
And I can actually see how that could be a little bit mesmerizing, watching the little... I actually used to love watching it too. And look at this. Fedari Vellum has a message for us.
Hello, Leofractic.
This is Nokia 9000 or Nokia Communicator. Now, Leofractic, my friend, had one of these when they first came out, and he used to do all his word processing on it and stuff. As you may remember, it has a notes app and a calendar and all that stuff. Did you ever have this or know about this?
That one.
Okay. Well, Fedari has actually got phone calls working on this. He realized that some of the UK networks still broadcast or still use analog signals, apparently, or use the older version of digital. I'm not sure which. It's going to be turned off in 2033 in England, so he's got a while left yet. So here he is, calling Retro Recipes.
Oh.
Oh, excuse me. Hello?
You have to answer.
What do I press? Oh, there it is. Hello?
You have 7 days.
7 days for what? I'm not doing this again. Terrifying. But yes, there it is. I absolutely love this. Probably because my best friend used to have one as a kid. But to wrap things up, what does Fedari say that you must do if you haven't already?
Subscribe.
Unsubscribe. Oh, subscribe. Thank you for that, Fedari Vellum. And also, I do want to say, if you guys enjoy this show, please consider sharing it on your social media accounts. We'd love to get more people on board watching the Retro Show.
The Retro Show.
Ooh. Other than that, it just remains for us to say thank you so much for watching. Until next time,
Subscribe and support below. And cheerio.
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 Oh, Mr. Yourself off, baby. Yeah, step busy.
Hey, Sneer, will you receive